Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, hiya, boys and girls, and welcome to the start of year number 6 for the Real Film Nerds Podcast. We're kicking it off with episode number 361. Mike, were you high as a giraffe's ass when you went and saw this movie?
I was not, Matt. I think a lot of the people in the audience might have been.
So I did hear about a special screening in the Sunshine State. Is that what California is?
No, California is... What is California?
I thought it was Sunshine.
49? No, the Sunshine State is Florida, dude.
Florida? Oh. Well, what the hell is California's logo? Mike, Google it. Anyways.
Bear?
Bear. No, I don't think that's their logo. But what about their motto? What's their motto?
Oh, I don't know.
You got sunshine shade. God, I can't fucking talk, man. This is the problem when I talk all day on the phone, talk all day on the radio, and then I got to record a goddamn podcast. Anyways. So you got the Sunshine State over in fucking the East Coast. What the hell is California? I swear to God, I thought it was the Sunshine State. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. I heard of screenings over in California where they were doing this film outside just so that people could get high and smoke while watching it. And if that's not a good intro to this next film and podcast, we're chatting about Bob Marley, One Love. Woo! It was a horrible fucking intro.
Bob Marley, One Mud.
It was bad, wasn't it? It was really bad.
No, it was fine, dude. It was fine.
All right, Mike, break it down. Go.
All right. So here we go. Bob Marley, One Love was directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green. It was written by Terrence Winter, Frank E. Flowers, Zach Balin, and the screenplay was by Ronaldo Marcus Green. This movie is starring Kingsley Ben-Adir, Lashana Lynch, James Norton, and the story of how reggae icon Bob Marley overcame adversity. Sorry.
Yep, there you go. Got it. You didn't mess up a name too bad, but you messed up the bio. Oh, well.
Yeah, and the journey behind the revolutionary music. Matt, all I have to say is Rastafari.
One Love.
Yeah, no, this movie was definitely interesting.
Mike, have you been to Jamaica?
I have not been to Jamaica. I think it would be cool to go visit Jamaica at one point. Got to get those red stripes. Maybe check out some of the resorts. Like, they have a lot of sandals, I think, in Jamaica, Matt.
I think they do, yeah. And you know how big of fans we are of sandals, especially you, Little Spoon.
Yes. I am a fan, Big Spoon.
At least you own it. It's okay. I'm the top, you're the bottom. You got it. It's okay, Mike. But so I have never been to Jamaica, but I've had friends go to Jamaica. And the things I have heard of most recent in the past 5, 6, 7 years is that Jamaica's still a pretty rough place. Like, you pretty much kind of want to stick to the resorts you're staying at, maybe some of the town stuff, but basically you want to be off the streets and in your resort by nightfall. So it's still a pretty rough place. But I think it would be cool to check out. I don't know. And the weed culture is, very prominent there, but I don't think it's any more prominent than it is here now. So I don't know. You don't have legalized weed in your state yet, do you?
We have medical legalized, but not recreational.
Yeah, see here, I mean, it's honestly, everyone is like, oh, it's going to change and it's going to be, it really hasn't. Like in Arizona, it really hasn't, not in as far as I can see. I haven't seen car accidents go up. I haven't seen high people just wandering around the streets. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get political. Fuck that shit. Let's keep going. Mike, go ahead.
Do you think it actually made it less appealing? in some ways?
Maybe. I don't know about less appealing. It definitely made the quality go up. I mean, now because you get like the super insane shit that we paid a whole hell of a lot more money for when we were kids, versus the Mexican brickweed.
Okay.
It's the potency is insane compared to what it ever used to be.
Oh yeah, man. I've seen the like the THC levels like are just crazy in what they've been doing. I guess now, like a lot of things. I guess that a lot of that originated out of the Colorado legalizing it, and then just people have been like kind of propagating like those kinds of strains and the different things.
I think it was actually before it was legalized in Colorado. A lot of the Northern Lights, Northern California area, where we got all that stuff when we were in high school and stuff. I think that was really where they started pushing more and more higher potent THC, because they started blending it with more other high potency stuff and coming out with all these insane strands and
Yeah, it
different
was like
ways to make it feel and all that. Yeah.
yeah, like hybrid stuff, like working. I guess making a whole bunch of different ones until they found one that was like more THC, and then using that with other ones, and yeah, just kept blending and blending.
Yeah, well, there were particular plants that would have more in like a crop, and they would take the seeds or germination from that and split it with others. A lot of engineering actually went into it, from all the stuff I've watched and everything. But I just thought of this when you were talking about it. The one thing that I have noticed, I don't know about Skyrocket, but people talk about it now, is gummies are like a big thing now, but not in the way you would think. I know more people, young, old, middle-aged, that use gummies in some way, shape, or form for sleeping. I mean, I could name probably a dozen people right now that I never would have thought. They're like, yeah, I don't really care for smoking weed. I don't really want to get high. It helps them go to sleep and stay asleep.
Yeah, no, I've actually heard of a bunch of people using gummies for sleeping. A lot of people, I think, including yourself, man, have some trouble sleeping, and a lot of people, it helps calm their mind down enough so they can just sleep.
Yeah, and there's blends and gummies out there that are mixed with vitamins and melanoma. I think that's what it is.
No, that's the cancer. Melatonin.
No, that's the cancer. Melatonin. There you go. Not melanoma. Ugh, that's fucking messed up. That's pretty bad. Yeah, melatonin. All that other shit that helps you sleep in like the gummy. Like they design it like specifically for sleeping. Anyways, Mike, we're not here to talk about weed. I mean, it's a big part of this film. But Mike, what did you think of Bob Marley, One Love?
I liked it, man. I liked it, but it was a little bit, to me, it was a little bit of a window into his life. I think there was just so much to cover. They couldn't cover it all, so it's just kind of like a snippet. I feel like there's a lot more that would have been neat to see. This movie focuses a lot on about 2.5 years of a turbulent time in his life, but it would have been really interesting to see more of his life.
Yeah, this movie is basically the start recording and start of the tour for their final album, Exodus, which is awesome. But I agree, Mike, there was a lot more to Bob Marley's life, and we did get a taste of that throughout the film, but not a whole lot of it. I was more satisfied with the story of this. I keep comparing it to Maestro because we just watched it, but I was more satisfied with the story and the storytelling they did in this film versus Maestro, because you got more about the artist and his life, and you got those flashbacks, and you got his marriage, and you got him, joining the Rastafarian faith and doing all those things, which we didn't get that kind of stuff in Maestro, and we got it in a much shorter film. This film's only an hour and 47 minutes. But I agree. I would have liked to have more of a retrospective, but the real question is would it have done him justice trying to cram the incredible amount of stuff he did in his short 36 years on this earth into an hour and 45-minute long movie. I don't think so. I think, it needs to be probably closer to 3 hours to even scratch the surface. And maybe that's what they thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was definitely some consideration into that. So you're right. It would be like 3 hours, and would it even bring that much more to the table? I don't know, Matt, but
yeah,
I guess this movie left me wanting more, to know a little bit more about Bob Marley. I'll admit I didn't know a ton. Like, I know the music. I've heard the music for I guess my whole life, but I just didn't know a lot about Rastafarian, like it's like a religion culture type thing.
It's a religion. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was just slang for people from Jamaica. And I guess in some ways it could be, but anyway. So I learned a little bit about, and then Matt, I don't know if you struggled at all, but there's a couple times in the movie where the Jamaican accent was so strong, I couldn't quite tell what the heck they were saying.
Well, I have a very difficult time with accents. I can speak. I swear to God. I at least I didn't say melanoma again. Jesus.
Oh man,
but,
cancering it up.
I know. I have a very difficult time with accents as they are. The Jamaican accent in this film by most of your actors was insane. I understood, I hope, most of the film, but this is one where if I watch it a second time, it's going to have to be at home and it's going to have to be with subtitles on, because I'm just garbage with accents. Like, I watched, for instance, I watched like The British Office. I understand most of the British Office. What really trumps me up with British is their slang. It's not so much their accents, but I'll still watch it with the captions on just so I can try and understand what the fuck they're saying, because I am that bad with accents.
Okay. Yeah, no, but I was tripped up. I do pretty good with accents, but I was like, man, I'm having some trouble with, like, it was only a few scenes in the movie, but I'm like, I'm having some trouble. Like,
and what's wild, dude, is Kingsley Ben-Adir is British.
Yeah, no, that is wild. So, I mean, obviously he was really dedicated to figuring out the accent. I don't know. Maybe he went and lived in Jamaica for a little while.
Well, I think they did film a lot of it there. I watched some stuff after the fact on YouTube where they were talking to Ziggy and Kingsley on different, interviews and stuff. And they filmed about half the film in Jamaica. The other half they filmed in London.
And that's where the movies mostly takes place, in those two places. Yeah. So
yeah. But like there's scenes in Africa and other places like America and stuff, they still filmed at London and Jamaica. But seriously, dude, I had a struggle with the accents. I'll be honest, I really did. But Kingsley Ben-Adir was incredible, dude. He embodied Bob Marley. I thought he did an incredible job with this role. I really do.
Yeah, no, he did do an amazing job with his portrayal of Bob Marley, and it was interesting to see all the different things, and I guess it just seemed like Bob Marley was dealing with so many things all the time, like with all of his all of his children and all the upheaval in the country, and trying to stay a neutral party, but not really neutral. Like, I don't know. It was interesting. There's just so many things going on.
Well, and after the fact, I watched videos, a handful of documentaries here and there, not like a lot, not like 2 or 3 hours on him, but I watched a bunch of stuff on Bob Marley just because I wanted to know more, because that's who I am. I'm a history person. I love that history. Bob Marley, you didn't even see most of his kids in that film. Bob Marley has 11 children.
Well, I feel like at the end they were giving you a little snippet that he did have quite a few.
Yeah. And the other thing, this is where I'm saying this film is more of like a celebration of Bob Marley's life and who he was as a person, instead of like a informative piece of art about him. It's more of like, this is Bob and he was great and all that kind of stuff, because he really had some pretty terrible parts of his life. For instance, 11 children. Well, he liked women, I guess is the nice way to put it, because most of those children are not with his wife, and most of them were with people he just hooked up with here and there.
Yeah, and the movie alludes to that. I mean, there's even a big, fight about it. Well, not that directly, but like, I mean, kind of.
Yeah, the one argument that's in the film.
Yeah. Well, no, there's two. There was two because he got mad at the manager guy.
Yeah, well, and no, I was talking with his wife.
Oh, okay.
There was other things that went on with his wife. Like his wife got offered a record contract on her own, and I guess Bob and Rita got into it really bad, and how she wouldn't be anything without him and stuff. And the record ended up coming out actually in 1981, the year he passed away, which was kind of interesting. But anyways, Mike, we're quickly moving through this podcast. We could talk about this movie all day and all night. Before we get to your section, why don't we share some love?
Yeah, dude, let's share some love. Do we have another giveaway?
We do, Mike. We have another incredible giveaway.
Well, let's share the love, dude.
Now, this is from a film that I have no interest in whatsoever, but at least I'm putting it out there. I didn't watch the original of this. I didn't watch the remake, especially since it's a musical. But Mike, we're giving away digital copies of Mean Girls.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Mag saw this, the new one, and then I've seen the old one, which I liked. It was funny. It's Lindsay Lohan, I think, probably at her prime, not knowing it was her prime. And then, interesting. Okay, I didn't know this was really a musical, but Mags did tell me something about it. That kind of turned me off. I'm not a huge musical guy.
It has a pretty good cast. I mean, Tina Fey, Tim Meadows, some really good cast, but I can't. I try to do musicals and I just can't. West Side Story is about the only one I could do. I even tried to do La La Land. I had to turn that bitch off 15 minutes in, but I don't know what it is. I just don't like them.
Did you watch that one, the Greatest Showman?
No, and I've heard that's wonderful.
Dude, it actually really is. It's really good.
I know. I need to just sit down and watch it. But anyway, so Mike, what do our listeners need to do? What should they email you to be entered into our contest to get a free copy of Mean Girls, the 2023 version? I think it came out last year, right? It wasn't this year.
Yeah. 2023. Well, was it 2023?
Well, that's what I was trying to think. Was it early this year?
No, it was 2024, dude. I think it was
this
January.
Year?
All right.
I guess I probably should have looked that up. Oh, well.
Anyway, why don't the listeners just tell me their favorite Tina Fey movie?
I was going to say they should email you on the bully that picked on them when they were growing up, but that might be a little rough.
Oh, yeah, no. Why do that? Tina Fey movie. Let's keep it simple, Matt.
I mean, I remember the bully that picked on me in high school.
Yeah? Who's the bully?
I do a podcast with him now.
That's what I thought. That's right. Get to work, Matt.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'll do the website as soon as I can, sir. Please don't hit me again. Yeah, right. You're a kind soul, Mike. I don't think you've ever hurt anyone.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I have, but maybe I was your bully in high school. Then why do you still keep talking to me?
Because I fear what will happen when I leave you.
Dude, nice. That was a good comeback. I like that. That was good. Anyways. Okay, so if you want to be entered to win a copy of this fun musical version of Mean Girls, go ahead, email Mike your favorite Tina Fey movie, or does it have to be like SNL sketch?
No. Tina Fey movie. She's been in plenty of movies.
She's been in a lot of movies, yeah. Anyways, all right, here we go. Mike, here is the business I need to read for our lovely sponsor that is providing this film for us. Bring home the all-new movie Mean Girls. Buy on digital now. New student Katie Heron is welcomed into the top of the social food chain by a group of popular girls ruled by Queen Bee Regina George in this new twist on the modern classic, Mean Girls. You can buy it on digital today and get over 30 minutes of fetch bonus features available at participating retailers. It is rated PG-13, and it is from our good friends, again, over at Paramount Pictures.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. While you were doing that, I double-checked on the release date. It was January 24. It was January 12th.
Gosh, dude, I swear I thought it was December. This is the problem, Mike. We're getting too old and everything is moving too fast.
That's right. Or we're not moving fast enough. I don't know.
Don't look at me, dude. All right. So, Mike, we are quickly moving on with the podcast. I think we need to rename this segment Superfan Eric's What Are You Drinking? And dad jokes in Marvel Cinematic Universe, because we got an email reply from him saying that it will continue on because they are some of his favorite parts of the podcast.
Sorry, Matt. Now I think you're tireder than me for once.
I just am having a hard time talking. I don't know. Maybe I am. I mean, I worked on my Jeep all weekend. On my all weekend, my Sunday, and it was good. Did a lot of work, but I'm tired, but I got a lot of shit done. So anyways, Mike,
that's good, dude.
Yeah, I have steps and I fixed I can take the doors off again now, and yeah, it's going to be good this summer. It's going to be good.
Dude, that's great. All right. So Matt, I guess without further ado, what are you drinking this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. In honor of Superfan Eric, and I hope he doesn't mind where I expose where he lives, but I purchased some fancy beers at the store, and they were only in 4-packs, so you know they're expensive and fancy, from a brewery out of Tucson, Arizona, called 1912 Brewing Company. This is a Irish-style red ale that goes by the name of Weapons Check. And I have to say, it is a very good red. I like it quite a bit. It's not too hoppy, and that's one that drives me nuts with reds, is when they are too hoppy. I know you like that, but I do not. And this is a very good red.
Nice, dude. I do like the hoppy things, but I'm a bit of a hop head, considering I love all these IPAs, Matt. So, speaking of that, Matt, I am drinking a Copper Tail Free Dive IPA.
Free Dive the brewery?
No, Copper Tail's the brewery. Okay. Free Dive is the beer.
But yeah, dude, I think you would like this red.
I probably would.
It was like $15 for like a 4-pack up here. Now it's probably cheaper than that in Tucson, but you can tell they're not a very big brewery because their cans have the sticker on it. Not the...
Oh, yeah, it's not printed.
It's not printed, yeah.
Yeah. Well, are they 16 ounce? Are they tall boys?
Oh, yeah, they're tall boys.
Well, that's good, dude.
1 pint, 4.7 alcohol by volume. Okay. It's good. It's a really good red. I am enjoying it quite a bit. So, anyways, all right, Mike. So, Eric's second favorite part of the podcast. Mike, what is this week's incredible dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
Oh, right, dude. Matt, I'm trying to keep them on topic. So, why did Bob Marley never get lost in the forest?
Because he smokes 2 joints in the morning?
Because he's always jamming.
He's always jamming. God. That is topical, though. That is topical.
Yeah, dude, it's funny.
It is topical. So, okay, Mike. Last segment. I don't know if this is a hard one or not. I didn't. No one really.
Not at all.
No? Okay, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, dude. Okay, I know who it is.
I hope so.
Mike, how does Bob Marley One Love relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt. Like I said, this one's not a hard one. Lashana Lynch is Maria Rambeau in Captain Marvel and the Marvels. And then I don't know. I mean, there's a cut scene in the Marvels, I think, where she's also binary in the X-Men, but I don't know. It's getting a little weird, so I'm just gonna stick with the Marvels part.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau is fine. Binary is her superhero name, but they don't ever really call her binary in the movies. But in the comic book, she's binary. They wouldn't name her in the Marvels, so we'll just leave it alone, Mike. We're not here to talk about the Marvels. But yes,
all right.
She, speaking of Lashana Lynch, she was very good in this film as well.
Yeah.
She played Rita Marley.
Yeah, she was. It was an interesting relationship between Bob Marley and his wife. I don't know. It was just. It seemed like they weren't married at times.
Well, and that's one of the problems.
Yeah.
That he was out basically fucking everything, and he didn't really care. But here's one part that I looked up and is 100% true. Rita Marley was shot in the head during the assassination attempt, and the reason why she did not die is exactly what they said in the film. Her dreadlocks were very dense and very thick, and they basically stopped the bullet.
Dude, that is nuts.
I know. I mean, you think if they made anything up in this film, it would be that, and it's not. The whole assassination attempt and all that stuff was pretty accurate.
Yeah, that was interesting scene, and then, well, I mean, I guess, are we in spoilers? We are now.
Yeah, dude, we're well into spoilers. But again, just like last week with Maestro, how do you spoil a film that's true life? You know, people can go look this up on the internet.
Well, Matt, speaking of the shooting, one of the shooters, there were multiple, came and apologized. Do you think that really happened? Do you know if that happened?
I didn't look that up, but according to some of the stuff I was watching, now I didn't read a book, which is where I really should find out. But some of the stuff I was watching and researching and stuff on the old YouTubes, they basically hunted down the people that tried to kill Bob Marley with Bob Marley's blessing. Now, I don't know if they were gangsters or if they were soldiers or police officers or what, but they basically hunted them down, and Bob Marley was there, or he knew about it, or he gave his blessing, and they basically murdered him. But before they murdered him, everyone had this theory that the CIA hired the gangsters to go after Bob Marley to assassinate him. And supposedly right before they got rid of them, they admitted that the CIA hired them. But it's all hearsay. Like, nobody really knows.
Interesting. All right. Interesting. So I wonder if that part is made up for the movie to... I don't know.
Keep the government out of it, maybe. I don't know. But there's no written proof, at least according to the stuff that I had researched and looked up. It was all just kind of, speculation and conspiracy theories. But sometimes there's some truth in that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We just know that multiple guys did try and kill him.
Matt, maybe the reason that you've been saying melanoma over and over is Bob Marley ended up dying from cancer, which it was some sort of skin cancer that I think was super weird.
Extremely, extremely rare. Yeah. And so there's a scene in the film that leads to him finding out he has cancer. And it was where he had an injury on his toe, his foot. That really did happen, except for it was actually kind of worse in real life. Instead of just like banging up his toe, like it ripped like the whole toenail like completely off, but it was really easy, I guess, from the injury that it came off, and that's one of the signs of this cancer, because that's where the cancer typically starts, is underneath toenails or underneath nails in general.
Oh, dude, that's totally weird. Okay. And it did say he injured it, at least in the movie they were saying, while he was playing soccer.
It was during a soccer game, yes. And that's real life too. But it was a lot more gruesome in real life, and he just ignored it. And then eventually it started bothering him really bad, and he went, and they did suggest him to have it amputated, and he refused to have it amputated like they show in the film. I think eventually he did start getting treatments and doing stuff like that. Towards the end of his life, he was doing full-on chemo and everything, and he didn't go out in public much because his signature dreadlocks all, fell out because of chemo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I wondered if he's just going to be like, well, this was just the movie. It seemed like he was going to be like, well, if I cut off my toe, it's just going to delay it, and I'm still going to die anyway, so I might as well just go out the best way I can, like
honestly,
playing.
That's kind of my thinking on it, because it's so rare, and he got it so young. I mean, I don't know if they would have, if truly amputating even his whole leg would have stopped it, because, I mean, maybe it could have. But I don't know. I mean, they said by the time he was getting treatments and stuff, they even allude to it in the movie that his body was just riddled with cancer. The whole thing, from his brain to his lungs to everything.
Yeah, I don't know. But maybe that's why he smoked those giant joints, man. It helped with all the pain.
Dude, that is one of those things. And I don't think it's so much for... they give it to cancer patients for the pain. It's more to get an appetite so they eat, because chemo tends to make people not want to eat anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, anyway.
Well, to end on that sad note.
Yeah, Michael? I mean, it was a big part of the movie, and there were things in the movie that if you like afterwards, I Googled a little bit of stuff, Matt, just like you did. I didn't have too much time to watch some videos, but I Googled a little bit about what Rastafarian was and a little bit about how that was. And things like that Bob Marley was reading in the movie all relate to the religion that is tied in with the Rastafarian. And like there's a scene where they get some fish and they're in London that's delivered, and like apparently their diet is a lot of like natural things and not nothing processed, and a lot of fish.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So like I don't know, there was things in the movie that they put in there that I think like if you knew what you were looking at, you would see it, but like it wasn't really expressly talked about.
Oh, there's a really big one that relates to the Rastafarian religion as well. So I didn't know this, but again, YouTube. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube videos, Mike. I just, when I'm sitting here doing paperwork and stuff and I have time, I'm kind of fall down the YouTube hole, you know.
I'm not saying you watched a lot of them, man. I'm just saying you watched more than I did, because I didn't watch any.
But I watched mostly stuff like you know, they put the different movie channels, like the big movie channels, like the well-known ones, I'm not going to drop any names because competitors, but they do like, the truth behind, One Love and, what was real and what was not. And those are like 5-10 minutes long. I watch a bunch of those, but then I watched one was a full on documentary. It was an hour long. I put it on while I was just sitting here on one screen and I just listened to it, even though it was a movie. That was interesting. But in the film, we keep seeing this little boy, which is Bob Marley, running through this field that's on fire. And there's a white man on a horse, or at least you think it's a white man on a horse. And then at the end of the film, you finally see who it is. And it's like this king of Ethiopia, right? Well, I thought it was a reflection on like him finally, meeting his dad because they're both, dead now or whatever. Because his dad was an English, white guy. No, that is the guy that the Rastafarians believe is their Messiah, is the king of Ethiopia or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I read a little bit about that, and I thought that's who that was supposed to be, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I had no fucking clue until I watched the video. So if you study or know a little bit about the Rastafarian faith, you're going to get a hell of a lot more out of this movie than we are.
Yeah, no, it was fascinating to see some of that stuff. I didn't know, I didn't realize it was kind of like a faith. Like I said, I thought it was my ignorance. I thought it was just some slang that people called people from Jamaica.
Well, dude, it was successful. It got you doing research on stuff. It got me doing research on stuff because I knew a little bit about Bob Marley, the man, but now I know so much more. I knew a little bit. Now I know a lot more. And this movie inspired me to do that. And so I think it was a very successful film. I liked it.
Well, that's great, man. It's great. I liked it too.
Okay, Mike.
My movie was packed, dude. Was yours packed?
No. I went on... Did you go on Valentine's Day or did you go the day after?
No, dude. I went on the weekend, which is actually a little weird for me. I went on Saturday night.
That's why. I was going to go on like Valentine's Day and I was like, it's probably not a good thing to go. I knew a lot of friends and coworkers and acquaintances that went and watched Bob Marley on Valentine's Day. I mean, a bunch, 25 people. They were posting it on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, wow, all these people are seeing it before me. So I went and saw it on Thursday like I normally do with my buddy Clint. And I would say there was probably, for the latest show at Harkins for Prescott, there was probably 25, 30 people in there, which is pretty good for a Thursday. I was not able to get my normal seats on the rail like I like. So that means there was a good amount of people. There's probably more than that, probably closer to 50. But that's pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah, when I went to get a seat that was not in the front area, I had to sit in the handicap seats, and I was like, man, this is packed.
That's good though. That's good. People should be seeing this movie, and I don't know if they were doing this in your theater, but they were doing it at mine. Even though the handful of us, people were singing along.
Oh yeah, no, people were singing along for sure.
Yeah. It's just a fun, it's not that fun, I guess is not the right word. I mean, it was fun, but it was just a good movie to go see and enjoy and experience with a bunch of people. Because I think everybody that was there was having a good time watching this.
Yeah, no. It was a interesting movie, and it did inspire me to look up more about the man, Bob Marley.
Yeah, it makes me want to. There's a documentary done, I think, early 2000s, mid 2000s. It was shot standard definition, so it might have even been 90s, but it's called Marley, and it's all just a full-on documentary interviewing the people that are still alive that were there during all this stuff, like his wife and his kids and all the members of the Wailers and the guy that got shot, that protected him, that got shot like 6 times. Like, it's all interviews with all of them. And I kind of want to watch that. If I can hunt it down, I'm sure it's probably on a streaming service somewhere by now. I want to watch that and see and learn more about Bob. I think that's one of my next not viewings for the podcast.
Okay, man. Cool, man. So, what Oscar movie are we going to be reviewing next week, dude?
Well, Mike, we are not going to the theaters next week because there's not really a whole lot coming out. But the week after, there's a huge movie coming out that I'm very excited for. And I didn't realize it was already coming out, but that'll be fun. But next week, Mike, we're going to watch American Fiction.
All right, American Fiction. It looks interesting, dude.
It looks really good. I've heard very good things about it. And, you know, it is now in my permanent film collection because the easier way to do it was to buy it.
All right. Well, we're about to watch that one and see how it goes.
All right, Mike. So how many loves do you give Bob Marley? I mean, reels.
All right. I'm going to give 3.5 reels or loves. I wanted
Mike.
a little bit more from the story of the man. I know it was only an hour and 40 minutes, but I feel like they covered some stuff very fast. And other things I don't know if they needed to show as much.
Like what things do they need not to show as much?
I don't know, just some of the things with the party and
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. You know what I wish they would have done since we're talking about it? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go.
They end the film with the do they end it with the One Love concert? I think they end it with the One Love concert.
Yeah.
But they don't show it.
No, they didn't even show one song.
Nope. I think they should have had at least one or two songs and then faded to black. I think that was kind of a letdown because it was building and building and building, and they're like, here's the concert, and everybody comes out, and it's all this huge thing, and then that's it. And I'm like, man, really? They could have ended it on a super high note with another song.
I did like when he returned to Jamaica, how like he arrived and it was like might as well have been like the most exciting person. Like I feel like he got a hero's welcome.
Dude, it was like the Beatles, man. He was Jamaica's Beatles. And he showed up, and everybody, even the tiny little towns knew exactly who he was. I mean, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
But, Mike, so I like this movie a little bit more than you, but I concur with a lot of your statements. So I give it 4 out of 5 loves or reels. You take your pick.
This was a very fitting movie, Matt, to watch for our going into our 6th year, man. Crazy.
Yeah, came out on Valentine's Day, and, you know, they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. They planned it out. They probably were sitting on this movie for a little while, but, dude, it was worth it. I thought it was great. I recommend people to see it in the theaters. I really do. Go to the movie theater and watch this. You're not going to regret it.
Yeah, no, this was great. It was great to see it in the theater with all the music and stuff. It was great.
Well, all right, Mike, I don't have anything else, and I think you're starting to fall asleep now, finally, more than me. So
I think so.
Why don't you do your thing, young man?
All right. Well, everyone make sure to enter our contest to win the Mean Girls 2024. Send me your favorite Tina Fey movie, Mike at Real Film Nerds. And then, we'll catch you next week to talk about American Fiction. And follow us on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. So we'll catch you on the next pod. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Welcome, everyone, to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies, episode 51, One Love. Hello, Matt. How are you this bright and shining evening?
Mommy, I'm pretty sure it's called Bob Marley One Love.
Oh, am I supposed to say that too? Well, anyhow, guys, it's Bob Marley One Love. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure.
I'm miserable because you're miserable. So you're going to make this
Okay.
podcast even more miserabler.
Of course, that's what I aim to do.
Eric, you're in
Anyway.
for a good one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I really liked this movie. I thought it was good. And I like his music. I always have. Not that memorize his songs a lot, but I enjoy them. I like reggae. And I thought it was very entertaining. Mm. How did you think it
I try
was?
not to think, Mom, it hurts.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, and oh my goodness, I just it was pretty, but I expected more of the photography of Jamaica because Jamaica is so beautiful. But they didn't have a whole lot of that. But then he was traveling around a lot, so I'm sure that's why they didn't do that. And um, the acting was really very good. I thought, is it King Leader? Ben Dare? But, well, I'm going to mess up his name. I'm sorry. Could you say his name for me, please?
Well, I don't have it pulled up, and I'm going to make noise if I type.
Okay, I think it's
Hold on. Let's see if I can do it without having to look it up.
Benadir, I think it is. Kingly Benadir. Anyway, fantastic. Fantastic. He was Marley.
Hold on, I'm working on it. Hold on, I'm working on it.
Oh, okay, I'm holding on. I don't know what.
It's Kingsley Benadir.
Benadir. See, yeah, I had trouble. But it's pretty, but I just pronounce it wrong every time. Anyway, he was really, really fantastic. I mean, he was Bob Marley. He just really got into it, and he was very, very good. And I really enjoyed him.
I think the bigger question that your audience has, Mom, is how high were you when you watched this?
I wasn't.
Was it like you were back in the 60s with your glaucoma medication?
No, not really, but it was like being back. Well, actually, it was, I don't know. I don't think it was it the 60s.
No, but that's when you smoked most of your pot.
I never have. I have never smoked pot. I have never touched it.
Are you doing the Clinton thing where you didn't inhale?
Shush. Anyway, no. But I love that it showed how he came up with some of his songs. Not a lot, but some, and he really was brilliant at that, I thought it was great. And very fascinating story of his very short life. He passed away at 36. My goodness, bless his heart.
So, Mom, do you prefer indica or sativa? Sativa.
What's that? What is that?
Indica or sativa?
I don't know.
This is different kinds of weed.
Oh, would you stop that? No.
We all know you love drugs.
No.
Just admit it.
No, I don't. And I hate them, and I don't go near them, and no. Anyway.
Okay, but you guys, what drug did you imbibe in today? It is Monday.
Good grief. I had one margarita that was very watered down, which is good because I like lime juice. Anyway, there you go. Hey, folks, go see this movie. Lots of his music. Kind of sad, some of it, because he's in his house and he gets shot, and then they shoot his wife, in the skull or in the head somewhere. She was sitting in the car. I mean, that was not great. But I really feel like they left out why the two factions were fighting each other, and I'm sure they didn't want to get into the politics of it terribly much. But I really think uh, everyone would enjoy this, and I know, uh, I guess it wasn't that top rated, but I thought it was good. How about you, Matt?
So what you're saying is you need to have a margarita Monday and then some marijuana Monday and go watch Bob
Oh,
Marley
no,
and sing and dance.
no, 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 no. I don't do drugs. Do not, won't, will not. I'm in bad enough shape without them. Anyhow, I felt so sad for his wife because that's a tough thing. I mean, he sends her to America with the children and he goes to London. Of course, it did help his career. He did a lot, and it really, I feel, don't you feel like all the concerts going from London to Paris to where Germany, whatever, that helped build his career?
Well, Mom, they were doing a lot of that throughout his career. The film only takes place over 2 years of a very, not super long,
Mhm.
but a illustrious career. And he was well known by the world. I mean, you got to understand, this film takes place during his last album, him and his band's last
Oh,
album.
I
That's their
didn't know
final
that.
album is Exodus.
I did not know that. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was his
They
last.
had
Okay.
so many other albums before this. And so, yeah,
Oh,
it was kind of
yeah.
expected
Yeah.
that he was going to go on tour around the world. Why wouldn't
Sure.
he?
Right. Absolutely, he would. Oh, I didn't know this was his last one.
Yeah, Exodus is Bob Marley and the Wailers' final album.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, anyway, I think everyone would enjoy it if they would go.
With or
And
without marijuana?
without, thank you. I will never encourage that stuff. So there.
So funny, you're all about it in the 60s, Flower Child, but now it's so bad for you.
I was not, and I never was in the 60s. No.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. Even I would go to parties, and good grief, it was disgusting. You didn't have to ever smoke it. You just smell the crud. It was horrible.
See,
Blech.
so you were high.
No, I wasn't.
I knew it.
Mm-mm. No, in
Okay,
fact,
so, oh no, I want to hear the rest of the story. Go ahead, please.
I was at a party with my girlfriends, and some guy came by and introduced himself to me 5 times. And I thought, there is something wrong with that. And then I figured it out. He was
He
on
really
something.
liked you and was
I don't
nervous.
know. No, he was on something, and I don't know what it was. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Was it magic mushrooms?
I don't know. I didn't even know the guy, but it was ridiculous. Anyway,
And then 6 months later, you were married.
no, it wasn't him, believe me.
You're no
No.
fun today. You're getting too serious. I'm trying to have fun, and you're just being so serious. And I don't do drugs, and I'm a sweet old lady.
Well,
Ridiculous.
I
We all know the
am.
truth.
I'm an angel. I am a sweet lady. I'm an angel. That's it. Because I'm too old to do anything else.
You go
Anyway,
see movies all the time. You drink margaritas in before p.m. I mean, Margarita Monday started at what, 10:30?
11.
See? Oh
Lunch.
yeah, you're so sweet and innocent, party woman.
Yeah, well. Hmm. Well, anyway, I thought it was good. I don't know if you need to give your rating.
I already gave my rating. It was in the podcast before this one.
Well, goody, the one I haven't
Oh,
listened to yet.
hey, so are you going to follow the Rastafarian faith now?
No,
Oh, okay.
I really don't know what it is, actually.
You should go
What do I
ask
know?
Alexa to play a YouTube video for you.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
don't know.
well, I
Okay,
could
fine. I'll
inquire.
stop. I'll stop screwing with you. But yes, you can ask her to do that stuff. Well, you have that tablet I got you. Do I need to get you a bigger tablet? I got you a computer screen. You don't use the computer. I don't know what to do. I get all these things to help you, and you don't use them.
Just
You use your tiny
I
little phone.
I use my tablet too.
When was the last time you
I
sat down on
do.
your computer?
Well, that's another issue right now. Well, anyway,
Yeah, and
okay.
I bought you a nice computer, and who uses it?
Yeah.
Who uses
Right
it?
now, uh, the dust bunnies. Oh
No,
God.
Andrew, your grandson.
No, Andrew does not come over, so he does not use it. No. Mm-mm.
Well, it's probably littered with porn and video
Mm-mm.
games.
No.
Anyways, so Mom, and that's not just from Andrew, that's from you.
Oh, sure. Right. Okay. Anyway,
Okay, so how many cookies do you give Bob Marley One Love?
I give it 4 cookies.
What kind of cookies? Marijuana cookies?
No, I made some oatmeal raisin that were very tasty, except they collapsed on me and they're like a flat, almost like a praline, but they're still tasty. hmm
And loaded with marijuana butter?
No, would you stop that?
It
Hush.
might do you some good.
Bad boy. Bad, bad, bad.
It'll definitely calm Dad down.
You mean he'd go night-night at like 4 o'clock instead of 6:30?
He might
Oh
sleep through
dear.
the night if you want to know the truth.
Well, that would be nice, except then he would have to wear nighties because he has to go pee like I do.
Well,
Oh well.
I just don't understand. It's 100% legal here and you're still so against it.
Yeah, I am. You never know. Nope. No. I don't need to be any more droopy or
Who
whatever.
cares, Ma? Who cares? You don't want to enjoy your life the last, you know,
2 minutes.
twilight years you have left?
You're right. No. Mm-mm. No, I
All right.
don't.
Fine.
Anyway.
I'd be as high as a giraffe's ass all day, every day.
Oh my heavens. Oh, that's terrible. No, no, no.
What else are you going to do?
I've got lots of things.
Go drink margaritas at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, then go
Well,
home and have yourself some nice, oatmeal raisin marijuana cookies and take a nap. That sounds like a lovely Monday.
Well, I didn't take a nap. I missed out on that. So,
Oh, so you did admit eating marijuana cookies.
no, I don't. I didn't. I'm ignoring you. There.
Okay, I'm going to stop this chaos.
Please
Mom.
do. It's chaotic.
Well, no, you're just not having fun. You're just ignoring me, and that's not fun. I'm trying to press your buttons. You're just ignoring me because you're a mean old bat.
Yes, I am. I'm a mean old person. And no, naughty, naughty. Mm-mm. So anyway. And
Next
then
week.
my...
No.
Oh.
Shush.
Okay.
Next week, American Fiction. Are you excited for that film?
I'm very curious to see it. I really am. Yes. I'm not sure, but it has been nominated, right, for an Academy Award somewhere, one of those things
It has
somewhere.
5 Academy Award nominations, but it is nominated for
Wow.
Best Picture.
Really? Best Picture, too. Wow.
Well, that's why we're watching it.
Well, good. Okay.
That's why I spent $20 on it.
Oh, my goodness. I owe you. But yeah, no, yeah. Best Picture, huh?
Yeah, mail me some of your oatmeal raisin marijuana cookies.
Yeah, I wish. Okay. Well, maybe I will sometime.
Okay.
But I don't have any left right now. People have eaten them all. They're gone.
Yeah, see, because you used the good sativa.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Do you have anything else you would like to chat about, Mother, or can I end your podcast?
You may end my podcast. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. You may end it.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
no, thank you, everyone, for listening to another riveting episode of Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Marijuana Cookies. Episode 51, Bob Marley, One Love. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope this has shed some light into Ma Hinshaw's insatiable addiction to oatmeal raisin marijuana cookies. But
They're not.
thanks again for joining us, and we will be back next week with American Fiction starring Jeffrey Wright. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of day you're listening to this tripe.
Bye.